Hare Krishna children, welcome back. I am Pinky Khatri and we're going to continue learning about the Bhagavad Gita today. I'm super excited to see you again. And we're going to start talking about Krishna's opulences in great detail today. So I'm so excited to see you all. Keep listening, okay? So before we start, let's start with the magic words. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I bow to the Lord who lives in all beings. All right, so just to recap what we learned last time, we learned that the chapter 9 was the key to the teachings in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, it's a direct teaching from Krishna, and he's saying always think of Krishna, be devoted to him, pay obeisances to Krishna and worship Krishna. And when we're fully absorbed with Krishna, then we'll reach him. Okay, so he's said what we need to do. Now in this chapter, we're going to learn more about how we do all of those things. Okay, so listen carefully. So Krishna starts the chapter by saying, Arjuna, I'm a well-wisher. I want to explain to you a little bit more about, what he thought last time. So he's saying this is greater than what I taught you last time. And last time was the greatest knowledge. It was the secret of all knowledges, right? And this time he says, I want to talk to you about something more important. And this is where he's going to start explaining how and why of all those things. Okay, so Krishna is saying that he is the source of all things, the demigods, the sages, all living beings, and all of the qualities too, the intelligence, the knowledge, the freedom, the fear, the forgiveness, whether it's good qualities, bad qualities, everything comes from Krishna. Okay, so, and he says, because I'm the source of everything, nobody truly knows me. And Arjuna is surprised. Arjuna says, but what about demigods and the great sages? And Krishna says, but I created them. So, a good example is as a parent, we may know a lot more about our child because we see them from when they're born. But as a child, you don't know a lot about what happened, how your parent was before you were born, so you may not completely know or understand your parent, right? So similarly, Krishna is saying, since I'm the source of everybody, they all came after me, they don't necessarily know everything about me or understand me fully. Okay, so Krishna says, and the one who actually understands that I am truly the source of everything is free from all doubts and all sins. Okay, so what happens by gaining all of this knowledge? What do we get out of it? Okay, so what happens is when we have all this knowledge, we start accepting that Krishna is supreme. And once the acceptance comes in, sets in, and then that leads to devotion. And you'll notice this with Arjuna too. Arjuna's questions starts to switch. He goes from asking what to do and he switches to how to questions. How to achieve, how to do some of these. And you'll see some of those questions starting a little bit later in this chapter. But what Krishna is trying to say is when you understand him and you accept that he is supreme, you automatically start become devoted to him. Okay, and he says a true devotee worships Krishna with all his heart, and he's very happy and very satisfied in talking about Krishna all day to everybody. Okay, and he says that Krishna is so merciful that when you start to trying to understand Krishna and you truly give all your heart into this practice, then Krishna is merciful and he destroys all our ignorance and he gives us the intelligence to understand him. Okay, when you we had talked about this, when we take one small step towards Krishna, Krishna is taking one big step towards us. So he gives us the power and to be able to understand. He gives us the intelligence for us to be able to understand him and be devoted to him. So Arjuna finally, everything sinks in, and Arjuna finally accepts, and he says, I completely agree, Krishna. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are the purest, you are the ultimate abode and the absolute truth. And he goes on to say, you're eternal, transcendental, and the original person, the unborn and the greatest. Okay. So, as I mentioned, Arjuna starts to switch to the how to questions now. Now that he's accepted, now he's curious and he's eager to learn how to please Krishna, how to think about Krishna all day. Okay, so he starts asking Krishna, tell me, Krishna, how do I constantly think of you? We get lost in so many things, doing so many things throughout the day. How do we always make sure that we remember you and think of you throughout all of those activities throughout the day? Okay, and he wants to hear more about Krishna's opulences. So Krishna starts mentioning his opulences by saying he is the super soul present in all beings, and he is the beginning, the middle, and the end of everything. Okay, and he has unlimited opulences, but he starts to mention a few of them, and he mentions about 82 of them in total. We're not going to see all of them, but here's a few examples. So he gives a category of things and he says, this is the representative of me in that category. Okay. For example, of all the stars, he is the moon. Of all the demigods, he is Indra. Like that, of all the cows, he is Surabhi. Okay. And of all the rivers, he is Ganga. Right. So, and he says there's no end to my divine manifestation. Whatever I'm telling you is just a few, a small fraction of what my opulences are. Okay. And he says, to summarize, Arjuna, whatever you see around you that is beautiful, that is glorious, you know that it comes from me. Okay, so you understand that everything comes from me and it's my representation. Okay, so Krishna goes on to say that in fact he's teaching us open-eyed meditation. He is telling us how to think about him and stay connected to him throughout the day, right? So if we connect everything back to Krishna, then everything we see reminds us for Krishna throughout the day. Yeah, and that's how we're able to stay connected to him throughout the day. All right, so with this, we're going to close the chapter, but we'll continue our Mahamantra chanting before we wrap up the class. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much, children, for listening. We'll see you next time. Hare Krishna. Bye.